Hello traders, this is Dan from AITG. We're on tonight for our Monday webinar. We're at 8 p.m. here in the Eastern US, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time. If you're in Australia, I'm not sure, you might be 3 a.m. But it is recorded, and I see we've got a good group of people in here with us tonight. Some of them looks like they're on for the first time. I saw one name here that looks like a newer name. Trish Cornish. Trish, can you raise your hand? Good. All of you that can hear me, would you raise your hand so I know you hear me? You can raise it and let it down. There's Brad, John, Earl. Didn't see Earl's hand yet. Lawrence Stevens, Richard Roach, Solomon, Trish. Okay. Thank you very much. Trish, our programmer just told me a moment ago that he has not yet received your name, your account name, to code onto your software that he's going to send you. Now, if you see my screen here, you see this here, it says demo account of Dan Tomlinson. That's the actual name that's on my account. That's the name you need to send him that's on your account. For example, if you go up here, your navigator, you see an MT4 account number, and then that name right there, Trish. Whatever name you have right there, exactly, that's what you need to send in. And that will be coded onto your software. And that way, any MT4 account you have with your exact name, doesn't matter whether it's your demo, it doesn't matter whether it's live, it doesn't matter what broker it's with, it just has to be an MT4 broker, then you can use your software. So the key thing is that name. So make sure you send that name in to info@inteltrade.net.
Yeah, if you got more than one name, send both of them.
Yeah, occasionally we might run into somebody that's got maybe on another account that for some reason they use an initial or something different. So Jean will generally code two of those if you have to have them.
Okay, she said she's waiting for her broker.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. We've got a broad grouping here tonight, so I'm going to take a very few minutes. And
did you get the disclaimer yet, Dan?
Not yet, but
Okay.
Let me start with the disclaimer. My obligatory 60-second disclaimer. Number one, we are not licensed financial advisors or broker dealers. We do not tell you when or what to buy or sell. We develop trading software which allows you to conveniently manage multiple trades simultaneously, both on an individual pair basis as well as on an overall account equity basis. Our trading systems allow you to set the criteria you want for entering and exiting trades. Number two, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Number three, we do not guarantee consistent pips or that anyone can make money with no effort. And we are not selling the Holy Grail. Number four, every system can have winning and losing streaks. Number five, money management plays a large role in the results of your trading. For example, lot size, account size, broker leverage, and broker margin call rules all have an effect on results. Also, your take profit and stop loss settings for individual pair trades and for overall account equity have a major impact on results. If you are brand new to trading and do not understand these items, then we recommend you go to babypips.com and study there for a while and then come back to us. All right. Now, I'm going to spend just a very few minutes reviewing this dashboard for some of the newer people may be here. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. We've got a lot of video on this that you can watch. But vertically here on the left side, we have the 28 pairs. There's 28 currency pairs that we have in our program. Now there are other more exotic and numerous pairs beyond this, but this 28 is the main 28. We have those there. All the way over on the right side, we have an equity graph, which is the basket. This is the equity of the entire account. So if you have multiple trades open at the same time, this will be the net result, positive or negative. If it's positive, it'll be green, negative, it'll be red, of your entire account. And you actually have settings, equity lock settings, equity take profit stop loss settings. You can actually control and manage your account by its equity, by its total equity. So if your winners are more than your losers, you close the whole thing out at a basket target, and you've made your target, and you can start over or wait till the next day or whatever you want to do. We have manually, you can press these buy and sell buttons and close buttons, and you can manually handle any one of those pairs. You have a lot size column here. Spread, you see as move. If you see those spread numbers moving, you know you've got a good connection to the price feed. Average daily range per pair. Current daily range from the time of the broker day opened to now. How many take profit trades did you take? There'll be numbers in these boxes to tell you how many trades closed at profit. Stop loss, how many closed at a stop loss. Long trades, short trades, and if it is a trade, this box will light up. The P&L of a given trade, plus or minus. And then this TS is a trading system. You click that, it turns red. That means you've turned on a trading system. The trading system, of course, is a piece of software that goes on each of the charts. On this chart I have right here, here's the chart. Now I don't have any trading system on them right now. But I could put on, yeah, there's.
Was it the Haas?
Yeah. But you could go into your navigator. You could put on one of our trading systems like the Haas. There's breakout lines plus the Haas indicator there. That's an example of a trading system. And as you know, we have multiple trading systems that you can put on here and use whichever one you prefer for whatever type of trading you like to do. You have to turn on all 28 pairs in order to trade all 28 pairs. You click the 28. If you click the 28, then you click open charts. If you don't have any charts open yet, it will open up all 28 pairs. You can clear the pair buttons by hitting that red button there. That'll take all those 28 buttons off. You can close all the open trades. You can change the time period of your charts. We're on hourlies. You could hit that and put on 240, and all the charts would turn to 4-hour charts. You could have a template, save templates of various trading systems and number those templates or save those templates, and then you can reapply them whenever you might like. You can build Renko bars.
Yeah, I'm going to go over that, Dan. So
Which Roger will be sharing with you shortly. You have an equity lock feature, which allows you to set a certain equity level. If you hit that equity level, it will lock and trail by a certain amount of dollars. Remember, equities are always in dollars. So equity lock is a great feature, lock and trail. You can also set a take profit and a stop loss on equity, an equity level. And this heat map button, heat map, when you hit that, that shows you, based on the strength of the individual currencies, what do the pairs look like? A long red line implies that it's a pretty strong short. If it's strong enough to consider trading, the title would be red also. Now here's a green one. A green, you see you got a green line, which means long or buy, and the CAD Swiss is in green. So that particular pair, the CAD Swiss, is if you were trading that, it would be authorized to take a long. There's not much else here. There's a pound Swiss that's authorized. So there's only 2 pairs right now out of all 28 of them that would be authorized to trade. So you can click it once and just look at this for information. You can click it again and it'll take that information and put it up here into your dashboard. Notice those 2 pair that I mentioned, CAD Swiss and the pound Swiss, are the only 2 that have a buy. They got a buy button on. That means they will allow a trade to go in the buy direction only. All these NTs are no trade. If they were authorized for a sell, it would be an S for a sell, and it'd be red. And if you actually hit, now I've got the timer turned off, so nothing's going to happen. If I turn that, then the timer comes on, and everything could trade. But if I hit that button one more time, and it turns red, now, and by the way, we're on the 60-minute heat map here. You could with these arrows, you can make it go up and down. There's a 4-hour heat map. Back to the 1 hour. When it's red, this heat map will cause the dashboard to actually take the trade automatically. So you could trade the heat map by itself with no charts open whatsoever, and it can trade by itself, and you can control it by equity.
Be sure you have the buttons turned on, though.
Yeah, the buttons turned on.
The pair buttons.
Yeah, you got to have the 28 pair buttons on. If you don't have these turned on, nothing's going to trade. You got to have a blue button on before that pair will trade. And then, of course, if you want to use a trading system along with this heat map, you can let the heat map be your screen. And then only the pairs authorized by the heat map would be taken by the trading system. So that's had some powerful results as well.
But the button's got to be orange down there, remember?
The button's got to be orange.
It can't be red. Can't be red. You got to have it in the orange position, filter position. Click it again.
Yeah.
I'll click it a couple times.
Yeah.
There's your filter position.
Yeah, that's the filter position. Yeah, that's right. I had it in the trade position, red. You got to be in orange. In orange, it'll work as a filter. And now the heat map will screen only allow these two pairs to be taken if the trading system has a setup for either one of those pairs. So that's how you use it as a screen. Thank you, Gene, for clearing that up for me. Now, I think that's enough time spent now to review briefly the dashboard. What I'd like to do now, Roger, if you're ready,
Yep.
you can take the screen back to yourself, and he is going to spend some time this evening showing you our Renko bars.
Yeah, we want to dedicate the rest of the night to the Renko. Hey Dan, if you would monitor questions, please.
Yes.
I'm going. We got 9 people here. I'm going to open up the mics here shortly in a few minutes, and if you have a mic and you have a question, look for an opportune time or raise your hand, and we'll call on you. But if you don't have a mic, and that's okay if you don't, and I know some people just like to type, you can type a question. Dan's monitoring the question window there. So, we just launched for all of our current customers. Oh, we have a question right now from Trish.
I see her hand is raised. I don't see a question though. If you hit the question mark, Trish, I think it'll let you type a question, unless you'd like the mic and you can speak it. Do you have a microphone? Hey,
Trish, you have a mic?
She just put her hand down.
Okay. All right. I'll turn her mic off. We just launched version 2, the dashboard with the heat map, a great tool. And along with that, we are launching the 2 new trading systems, the Mark Breakout and also the Renko Breakout. And these 2 trading systems will be available on the website sometime, but from the completion of the website or the webinar tonight, but definitely by tomorrow morning. So if anyone is interested in taking a look at that, it should be on the website within the next 12 hours. All right. So let's see here. We're looking at. I gotta take the screen now.
I'm looking at some questions here, real quick, Roger. Trish, do you have sound now? Oh, she can hear me. At one point, she said she lost her sound. No mic. Yes. Yeah, she's got it.
Okay.
And Lawrence, are you all right too? Okay. Lawrence doesn't have sound?
No, Lawrence doesn't have a mic. He doesn't have a mic. That's okay.
I got it. Got it. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Roger.
Right? You can see my screen, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We're going to go through the Renko setup here. Let me close all my charts. Right now, I'm clicking the close chart button here. Now, you notice before we get started here, we have these pink buttons here, or magenta, as some people will call it, magenta or pink. But these are our buttons that we're going to use to change from black to magenta, so we can select. Because when we open up Renkos, I don't know how many people are familiar with Renkos, But brief history and a synopsis of what a Renko chart is. Unlike a time chart where your candles are based on time, hourly, 4 hour, hourly, or I'm sorry, weekly, daily, etc. The Renkos are based on volume. So depending on how big your Renko bars are, will determine on how fast your chart makes Renko bars, how fast your chart goes or how slow. And I'll demonstrate that right now. First thing we're going to do here is, now, for you guys who have made Renkos in the past, I love Renkos, and it used to be such time consuming and just a dreaded tasking to open up all these online charts one at a time. I'm going to show you here in a second how fast we can open up 28 charts once we get set up. But so the first thing we want to do here is we want to set up our chart. As you notice that I just clicked on the US yen, and you can see now that this changed to black. It was magenta, and if I click this button right here, it changes back to magenta. And what that does, the magenta gives us the M1 chart, all right, and the black will take us to our M2 chart, which is our offline chart. Okay, but first let's look at this. We'll look at the Renko builder Indy that's on the M1, and if you can see right now we have it. It's set at 20 pips, and so we'll open up the indicator. AITG Renko Builder version 1. It's pretty simple. You have your Renko box size, and you can put whatever box size you want on here. Again, this is not time based, but it's volume based. I like to, it's like a 20 ounce pips, volume pip. Okay, yeah, pip base. That's a better way of saying it. I'm using the illustration of volume, like if it's a 20 ounce glass of water. All right, when the glass fills 20 ounces, it creates the next glass and continues on. And it'll be a little more obvious when we get to the Renko chart itself. But for right now, we'll leave it at 20. You also have a box shift percentage here, and we'll play around with this a little bit. We'll leave it at 100% right now. We'll go back and change it again, and so you can see the difference. And then here's show wicks. Now the wicks are just like the wicks on a candle, but with the Renko breakout trading system that we have, you want to leave the wicks off because the wicks will mess with the breakout bar, the breakout lines. So leave the show wicks false. Max amount of bars is 200,000. You can leave that there, and leave the rest of the chart as is default here. Okay. So we'll just say we'll close this, and I want to open up my template here, and I want to save this template as my Renko chart builder. Now, when you purchase the trading system for the Renkos, you'll get all the templates, and all you got to do is install them. Hey, Dan, we got some questions there?
It says on the Intel, this is from Arian Nowitzki, on the IntelNet website, there's a free archive section at the top. It appears that there are no video in the FAQ section. Will this be updated soon, or perhaps I'm not going to the right area?
The frequently asked question videos, we're working on those, and actually they will be updated. We're actually going through some web changes here shortly, so within the next week or two, all that stuff will be squared away. We'll have those videos up and running.
But you still do have a lot of videos there, Brian, you can be watching. You found all those, I presume.
Yeah, hey, and for all you new people there, another one of our services, we're doing the free webinars until June 1st, and then after June 1st, it's $19 a month to join these webinars. You get 2 a week, and also with that, you get me. You can email us at our email. And if you're having issues or you need some help getting started or set up, email us and request a private one-on-one webinar. And you know, based on your time, we'll meet you there at the webinar, open up a webinar, and do whatever we can to get you going. So
Free coaching.
Well, for right now, it's free.
For now,
but
yeah.
That's included in your $19 a month price for the webinars.
Right.
But remember, we can't, nor will I, give you trading advice. We will show you how to operate this high performance vehicle, and you have to drive it. Okay, so I just did I hit save? Yeah, hit save. Yes. So now this template here, this M1 is saved and ready to go now. Now let's go check out our M2. Now I want to point out something here with Renkos. Since it is pit based, it requires a lot of history. And so if you open up a brand new MT4 platform, let's say you opened up one last week and you did your force data download, you might not have enough data to get a full page Renko. It might look like this, but if you run it as time goes, you'll collect the data and the page will definitely fill up. Another thing you could do is you could go to another MT4 platform that is older, that has a lot more data, and copy that history, that data page, and paste that into that new platform. But that's another option there. Okay, so here's the offline page, and this is the ITG Renko breakout trading system. And we'll open up these properties here. It's pretty much the same as the Haas, but it's applied to, you don't have the actual Haas there, but you have the breakout lines. And let's see, let's make sure this is what we want. So you have an option here to put in a fixed take profit. Instead of having a fixed stop loss, there's a jumping stop loss, which I kind of like a little bit better. And basically, it's kind of like a trail, but it jumps each brick at a time. I think it trails back two bricks. Brick being a Renko bar, another name for it. Use acceleration entry filter. This is just to you have to have an acceleration. I leave that off right now. We can talk more about that later. And then the rest is just leave all false right now. These are just alerts and emails and pop-ups and stuff like that. So this is what we want. Pretty simple EA here, our trading system. Now we want to save this. Save template. And we want to save it under our Renko chart template. Yes. All right. Now, Dan, how long do you think it's going to take? If you didn't know, give me a guess to open up these charts.
Oh, about 2 seconds.
Oh, I think you're a little slow. Oh, I think you're a little slow. All right, so we got everything. Got all 28 terms. We're gonna open up 28 M1s and 28 M2s offline charts.
56 charts.
With a click of a button. Oh, did you say 2 seconds, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
I must have a slow call. I'm on my slower computer. I'm on my trading computer here. It would have been opened about a second after I hit that button. There we go. Well, you were off, Dan. You don't win the prize.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's look at some of these charts now. Again, remember, you click the black button and it brings you to your M1 chart. 20 pip bricks or Renko bars. Click the magenta button again to turn it black, and now we can go, let's look at some of these charts here. Now you can see this is a newer MT4 platform, so I don't have enough data. I did use the force data download, but still it doesn't supply enough data. I'd have to download some more history off another MT4 platform. Okay, let me find a chart that.
It was still enough to make a trade, wasn't it?
What's that?
It was still enough to make a trade in that last chart you looked at.
Yeah, yep. Hey, here's an example of the wicks. on a Renko. Now that you'll get wicks on the current Renko bar, but once this bar closes and creates the new bar, either up or down, the wicks go away because you see you have no wicks on any of these Renko bars. Yeah, a show of hand real quick. How many people are familiar with the Renko charts? Give me a hand up if you're familiar. I know Earl is, or maybe it was Lawrence that was a. Okay. All right. I wish I had a better platform here. Find a pair. Here's one right here. Seems like these pound pairs have a lot more data. Okay, so how this works basically. Let me put on the fractals. Now, I put this on the fractals on just as a visual. Every place you see a fractal, that's where we had a breakout line. All right, so you can go back in history. You can see, well, there was a breakout line here, and price broke it, and at the close of that candle right there, let me actually put a dotted line on there. Here was the breakout line going north. So when this brick closed, it took the trade, went up, pulled back, went up, 141 pips, and then reversed. Okay, that trailing stop loss, it will trail the trade. It's always I believe it's 2 bricks behind, right, Gene?
Yeah, I believe so. Brick and a half or 2 bricks, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 2 bricks behind. So as price goes up, put another line here. It says that's where price is right now. The trailing stop, was our entry right here. Trailing stop, right? You'd already locked in 10 pip or 20 pips, and when price got up to here to the top, it started coming back down 2 pips. It would close right here, and you would end up making, what was it? 97, about 9,700 pips, somewhere in that neighborhood, using the jumping stop loss. All right, let me get rid of these. All right, so again, I'm sure you guys can see the simplicity of this. And what I like about the Renkos, it's easier on the eyes. It takes out a lot of the noise. Now let's see what happens. These are 20 pips. We'll stick with the pound US here, and we'll go to the M1 on the pound US, and it's changed just now to a 40 pip. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's show the offsets first. How about if we do that? We'll go back to 20. Now let's shift the box to 50%. And now you'll see a major reduction in the noise. Oh, gotta change my color. Look at that. Tell me you can't trade that. So that's just a 50% offset. So now your reveal, or from where the open to the opener of a particular bar is not 20 pips now. It's only 10 pips. So you split that in half. But the nice thing about it is that it gives you a much easier on the eyes picture. You can tell where price is going. It's quite obvious. If we go to 25%, we'll go to a 25%. Wow. What do you think about that, Dan?
Yeah, that's cool. You might explain what those vertical dotted white lines are.
Well, these are the period separators.
Yeah, the day separators, the day to day.
Right. Yeah. I hope they know that.
Yeah. Some days, since these aren't timed charts, and some days have a lot of bars in them, some days don't have very many bars in them at all.
Yep. Got any questions, Dan? I got to see some question marks.
Let's see. Does using the heat map as a screen improve the winning percentages? Yeah, Solomon. Solomon asks, does using the heat map as a screener improve the winning percentages?
I would have to say yes, because think about the dynamics of a heat map. It's registering pure price action. It's letting you know that in whatever direction the volatility and the momentum of it, the speed of it. That's another factor that's built in, Gene, built into this heat map. It's not like a basic heat map out there. So yeah, that definitely it adds in. It's a great filter. So
and you'll notice it takes fewer trades.
Takes fewer trades, and the beauty behind that is you know, you get a higher quality trade, higher probability of a winning trade, and with the lower amount of trades, you're lowering your exposure to the market. You know, again, the longer your exposure to the market, the higher the probability of a failed trade. My mentality is to hit and run, you know, to get in there and get out, you know, get some pips and get out. If someone's looking for long-term trading, then go to a daily or a weekly or go to the stock market. But you know, on the lower time frames, you want to have that hit and run mentality. That's just my opinion.
Now,
all right.
Now here's another question, Raj, if you're through with that. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Brian is asking, he says, I've found that when using Renko, the computer resource utilization is quite high, especially on 28 pairs.
Yep.
Does your Renko implementation require a lot of computer resources?
Well, the Gene's probably better qualified to answer that. You do use a lot of resource with the Renkos, but on the positive side, the dashboard has been trimmed down a lot. So you pick up some resource on the trimmed down dashboard, but yeah, you still lose some on the Renko charts. Mm-hmm. Now you don't have to build all 28. You know, I mean, look at how fast it takes to build these. You could you can say you want to trade London. Let's close all these. Let's say you just want to close, just for an example, you want to just play the London. And let's clear all. So just highlight your London pairs. And so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 pairs. Build Renkos. So I'm sure now we're only using probably half. Would you say, Gene, about half the resource on 15 pairs?
Yeah, there's no way you can show your processor, is there or not?
Oh. No, it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up.
Well, because usually it'll show which MT4 platform you're on and what percentage that MT4 platform is using.
Task Manager.
Yeah, Task Manager.
Right click in the bottom.
I know, but
okay.
It's split. You see in white, aren't you?
We're not seeing it.
I see Solomon wanted to know if you could use it on the HAS and HAS TS. You can use the heat map on any TS in the filter position.
Yep. In the same way that Dan just showed you. Let's see here. I want to do something. Go back to here.
Yeah, you can even use it right now in the Renko position if you want to use the heat map.
Yeah.
Just be sure it's orange. Don't make it red, because if it's red, then it sends a signal to do a trade, and it'll conflict with the TS signal coming in. No, you don't want red.
Right now, right. I'm just showing them. You don't want this. You don't want red when you're using a TS there. Because you turn the TS on, now you're going to get all kinds of buttons, all kinds of arrows. It's going to overload there. So you want to click once, twice. So you got your signals here, and then we'll put this on right there. So we have one pound US, pound CAD, Euro NAS, and Euro Aussie right now by the heat map are qualified. So let's go look at these pairs and see how close they are to. So it's looking for a long. So when the Renkos build up and break this, it will take the long. Let's see if there's one that's close to triggering. That's a long.
Well, since the heat map isn't, it's time-based, and the Renkos are not, you're going to have to try to find a heat map that matches it fairly close. So it could be a 1 hour, 4 hour daily, you know.
Or maybe a 15-minute.
Yeah. Because you got time and you got Renko, two different factors there.
Right. So this is something, I mean, you know, can't stress this enough that there's so many variables here, so many good variables. You know, you got to find that right combination that fits your trading style. Let's see here. I want to go back and play with this one more time.
I see there's a question there on the heat map. The heat map refreshes whatever time frame you're on. You got it on the 60-second, it refreshes every 60 minutes. In this case, it refreshes every 4 hours. Right.
It doesn't mean that if you could have a button turn on during that 4 hour time. You know, it is a heat map. But yeah, it does refresh every new candle, depending on what time frame it's set on.
Yeah, it refreshes, but there's also built into the heat map, it has to, you'll see the arrows over on the right-hand side. They may come and go for the heat map when you're trading just the heat map. The reason for that is because the price action is not moving in the proper direction at that time. So if the heat map tells you to, like that one there says buy, if the price action is going down, you're not going to get an arrow because they're contradicting each other. So it comes into play. So you will see some flicker on that arrow over there when you're trading just the heat map by itself. It'll come and go. It's because the price action is changing direction at the time. The overall direction is still like 4 hour, but the price action is going the wrong direction. So if it flickers, that's what's causing it.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I just want to finish playing around with these bars real quick here. So we already looked at offset of 25, 50. We'll go back to 100. Let's drop this down to a 5-minute bar.
5 pip Renko.
I'm sorry, 5 pip. So many variables. All right. Oh, that was the. All right. So it changes as soon as you change your M1. It changes on your offline chart, your M2, as long as they're open. So now you're looking at a 5 pip Renko.
Mm-hmm.
A little more toppier, a little more noise. You know, you can see the ranging right here going on. All right. So again, you know, we can't tell you how to trade this. We can show you how to trade it, how to operate the vehicle, how to shift the gears, put the clutch in, check the oil, kick the tires. But how you drive it is all dependent upon you. You know, and what is your trading style? Are you a day trader? You know, are you a long term? Are you just a hit and run?
Yeah, you're right, Roger. And I've noticed when you have the larger Renko bars, you notice that those vertical white lines that are the day separators, they tend to get closer together, meaning that the Renko bars are taking more time to prove their setup, but when you get in them, they stay in longer. So if you want to be in a little bit longer term, you go to the larger bars. If you want to do quicker term, the shorter bars.
Exactly. So let's change this. Let's see the look now on a 40 pip box size and a 75% shift in the box. Now this is probably more my speed with Renko's. Let's see here. Of course, again, the larger the box size, the more data it's using up, and so your chart's going to be all the way. And I have some other MT4 platforms on my trading computer that have stupid data, and my charts fill up all the way across the page. But again, remember, these are period separators. These are days. So you get in right here, and you ride this out for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And for around 200 pips. Now, let me put a little tidbit in here. I'm assuming that most of you guys are experienced traders, all right? And with the experience comes knowledge. The amount of time in front of the computer, the more you look at the chart, sometimes you can overlook things and overjudge things. And that's what's nice about Renko's is that the picture that it presents to you is so much cleaner. It really takes out a lot of the noises, especially at the higher time frames. All right.
Now Solomon, or I'm sorry, Roger, Solomon had another question here.
Yeah.
He says, without using the stop loss on the charts and the basket under default settings, aren't you at risk of one pair really killing you on a bad news day? Now, Solomon, are you talking about Renko's or are you talking about
anything?
Okay.
Yeah, again, Solomon, that's where you need to decide where to set your equity lock. If you're going to go in for an equity lock, you need to decide that. I can't, there's, again, so many variables. We have to put something in there when we present the product.
And you can use a per pair.
He's talking about protection, though, Roger. For protection, if you want protection in case of an emergency like a news event, you either turn on the stop loss right there. Turn on that button over there. No, the stop loss. No. We're not worried about basket. He's worried about pairs. Yeah, you turn that on, and that'll give you some protection. Right now, he gives you the protection of 1 average daily range. If you look, that's what that number is. It gives you 56 pip protection right there. In case it goes against you 56, you're out. Now you can change that multiplier down below to, if you want more or less protection. Now that's, of course, now this is all hidden from the broker. So now if you want protection at the broker in case your computer crashes or you lose power, then you got to go over to your settings and you can set that in there. That works the same way, but with that setting there, that goes to the broker when you open the trade. It gets sent to the broker, so now it's on the broker's computer. So if you go offline or crash or something, you got some sort of protection over there. So you got 2 types there, and these are individual pair protections. They're not basket protections. They are each individual pair, just like over there. So
yeah, I thought he was talking about equity, about the basket. So yeah, okay. So let's go through this real quickly here. Like Gene said, you have your broker inside your properties of the dashboard, or you can toggle it right here. And this is not going to the broker. This is just on the dashboard itself for each pair. And if you want to protect your equity, you can click on your stop loss here, and this gives you a stop loss. You can toggle up or toggle down. Now, if we had trades on, this line would show up across here on your graph. All right, and so yeah, you set your stop loss, and you can even, if you don't want to use an equity lock, in other words, you don't want to hit a target and lock and trail, you can just turn on your take profit, and you can toggle that. This is an equity take profit. And you can use a combination. You can use a take profit or your equity lock in conjunction with. I do this a lot in my trading scenarios, where I'll take an individual take profit set per pair plus the equity lock. So if I have some pairs, some trades on here that are drawing down, and I have some that are going into profit, and hits the, let's say this Aussie CAD hits the 56 pip and takes the profit, it banks it down here in my cycle profit and loss. All right. Now the equity lock is totally based on your basket equity, but the cycle profit and loss is giving credit to your drawdown or to the overall basket equity, if that makes sense.
And if he's got a trade on with nothing on it, no stop losses or no take profits, remember you can also go over to the chart, Roger, go to one of your charts, and you can click you can click the take profit or the stop loss line button over there and add one manually.
Oh yeah, right. You're talking about
yeah, but that's if you don't have any selected in the settings.
Right.
You'd have to have all false in there.
And there has to be a trade on.
There has to be a trade on there first, but yeah, they know it through the MT4 platform itself. All right. So any more questions, Dan? Or is that?
That's the last question I see so far.
Okay. Let me set this. Let me close these.
Those are some good answers, Roger and Gene.
Well, some good questions too. All right. One more. Sometimes you notice you get a hanger there. The last pair just wants to hang around. Just click the close charts again, and it will close. So again, the flexibility here. Back to, I think it was Brad's question or Brian's question about CPU usage. You know, and again, some people trade on laptops. Some people have trading computers. You know, that people have different types of equipment, and based on your equipment, will determine on, you know, whether you can trade Renkos or not. So let's see. I mean, it's really very simple. There's not much to talk about it. I think the breakout system, trading system, this on the Haas and on this are one of the most simplest.
You got another question?
Let's see. Brian has just thrown in a question that says, if you use the manual draw stop loss take profit lines on the chart, are those take profits sent to the broker or are they hidden? They just stay on the chart, don't they, Gene?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about on each individual pair.
Yeah. If you click your box there where it says draw take profit or draw stop loss line,
right? You gotta have a trade on, but you're right.
Trade on. Now maybe he's talking about the breakout lines. No,
everything is hidden from the broker except those ones over in the dashboard in the settings where you send it to the broker. Otherwise, everything is hidden from the brokers. Take profit, stop loss, jumping stops, equity locks, all that stuff, everything. Those are the only two right there that are sent to the broker if you turn them on.
All right, let's see. Where are we at? We were on.
Answer Trish's question.
Was that another question?
Do you answer Trish?
Dan, is there another question? Did we lose Dan?
No, I'm here. I was talking to my muted microphone.
Oh.
No, I don't see a new question.
Okay. All right. You got anything to add, Dan? Did I miss anything about the Renkos? I mean,
no, I think every time we do this, you see something new or see something else powerful about them.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of the pip size per bar and looking at how much time the bars take really gives you an idea of how you might want to trade it. You might like the idea of putting a trade on a breakout line with those 20 or 30 pip bars and it may take the thing 2 or 3 days to play out.
Yeah, again, I have multiple setups in my trading scenarios, and I like the dailies, time charts. It's slower for me. I also like the Renkos on a 20 pip or a 40 pip Renko bar. I equate the 40 pip Renko like a daily. It's really, you can't measure it up equally because again, you're talking two different animals here, time versus pip or volume, and but the 40 pip is probably really close to a daily chart, and I just like those setups. And I just wanted to show this example. One more example here. This was the 20 pip. This is pretty. You got a lot of ranging going on. Okay, is this really tradable? This is tough. This would be tough. The breakouts. But let's go and change this to a 40 pip real quick and see how much easier it looks and how much easier it would be to trade. Oh, there we go. Well, data. All right, that's not a fair example there. Let's go to the pound. I think I had a lot of data on that.
Yeah.
We'll just try this last one here. I don't want to waste too much time on this. I think a lot of people don't like Renkos because of the data that it requires, and once you get the data and if you got enough CPU, it's definitely the way to go in my book. All right, still, but look, so look at the difference there. It was you got some ranging here, but look at that. So even if you had to wait for the breakout, again, you're waiting.
And most of those ranges there on the left, you wouldn't even have got in a trade.
No, you wouldn't have. Your breakout line, all this put on the.
So you didn't get hurt.
Nope. One of the problems that we as traders have, it's kind of like being out in the desert and not having water for a couple of weeks, and you look on the horizon, you see this mirage, these palm trees, these beautiful palm trees, and this big giant water fountain and dolphins jumping and this very pretty scene, but it's a mirage. The problem we traders that we have that mirage syndrome where we look at the chart long enough, we start imagining that there's a trade there, and there really isn't, and then we go into it and we get bit.
I've got a new question here from Brian. If
right.
you're through there at that point, Roger, you through with that point?
Yeah, I'm done with my little story.
Okay. Brian says, is the Renko functionality with the breakouts included in the starter package? If not, what's the cost? No, it's not in the starter package, Brian. It can be bought separately. It's $49, and we're just getting those buy buttons on the websites as we speak. So you'll be able to purchase that.
Well, the function to build them is into the dashboard. That's already there. It's just you have to use a different TS.
Right. Yes. The dashboard, the function to build them is in the dashboard, but you need to purchase the trading system.
That's what gives you the breakout lines.
Right, which gives you this TS right over here.
But you could actually build the Renko bars with the dashboard. Did that answer your question, Brian?
Right. You can build the Renko bars with the dashboard. Well, yeah, I believe you can.
Yeah.
Gene, you do include the Renko builder, correct? And
Oh
with
yeah,
the,
that's all in there. You don't need that.
It's
If you
all in
want
the
to trade the breakout like you're doing here with that TS, you'd have to buy the TS. But
right.
you can still build the charts. You don't need any TSs if you don't want them. If you just want to build the charts and look at them and trade them manually, you know,
Right.
go ahead.
Okay. Well, Dan, you think we've covered this thoroughly enough? Do you guys have anything you guys want to see with these Renkos while we got this chart open?
I think we've had a pretty good hour here, right at it. Let's see, I'm looking through the list here. I'm looking down the list of questions. I don't think I see no questions that we haven't spoken to.
All right. Well, if for all those who are interested, like I said, sometime between now and tomorrow morning, we should have the new product page updated on our website for the new trading systems. We did demonstrate last week, I think 1 day or 2 days, right down on the DeMark breakouts.
Yes.
So we demonstrated that, and there's some videos on the website for that. Look back webinars last week, and they should be there.
Yeah, for the 25th. Look for the 25th webinar, and you'll see the heat map, the DeMark, and the Renko, I believe, are all in that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right, then. Are there any final questions? Last call for questions. And if not,
it's 10:30 a.m. in Australia, says Trish. Well, that's not bad.
Well, she's in the morning.
Yeah, 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, her day is just starting.
Oh, Brian popped in a quickie. How's the one and done system doing?
Oh, yeah, I had some computer glitches on Friday, and I had one on this computer here, and this computer crashed on me, and so I lost it all, so I had to restart that over on my trading computer, and that one and done that I was showing is cycle profit loss is 95 pips, and it's still working on its first basket. So it went over. It's starting its second day, so it hadn't closed the first basket yet, but it's still working. And as soon as that closes, I'll post that on Forex Factory.
Now, Solomon has just posted that he watched the video for the 25th and he didn't see the DeMark system.
Oh, what day was it, Dan? That was it?
It's the day where I think Gene went through it.
Yeah, that was Monday, right? The 25th.
Let me check my calendar here.
Either Monday or Wednesday. Because Dan, you went through the DeMarco too, because you had a test going.
Yes,
on.
I did. See.
Yeah, it should have been on the 25th because it was on.
That was a Wednesday. That was 25th of April, a Wednesday.
Oh, the 25th was a Wednesday.
Then it was
23rd.
23rd then.
Must have been the 23rd. Take a look, Solomon, at the 23rd.
I lost a couple days, missed a couple days.
Now, AJ Carheen has just said, my dashboard says illegal system, sent mail into info, but still no response. Yeah, if you got that sign says illegal system, that means for some reason we don't have your correct name on that software.
Did he say he sent an email to us?
Did you send us an email, AJ, that told us the exact name on your MT4 account? Yes, he says he did send it.
Okay, hang on. You sent the name as it appears right here, correct?
See what he's pointing to on the screen. Is that the part? Okay, he says yes. That's what he said.
I sent him an update here a few hours ago.
Oh.
And the name I put in it was AJ and then KARKHANE and also RAM. So there's 2 users in it. So the latest one I sent him should be working.
The one for the 23rd isn't on the website yet. We need.
All right, hey, we'll check. Hey, we will get on that, Solomon, right after we get done here, and we'll get that up. All right, so we'll be on that.
Well, it's already been sent. It's and then it's in the mail with just the names that he told me to put
Well,
in.
Solomon kind of asked another question in the middle of this. He
Yeah.
said that the video for the 23rd is not yet up on our website.
All right, we'll look into that, Solomon, and get that up there as soon as we can. And so AJ, yeah, if you haven't, Dean just sent out an updated file for you, so give that a shot. And if not, please email us as soon as possible. And what we can do is let me know what's a good time for you, and we can open up a personal one-on-one webinar, and I can take a look at it and help you out there, see what we need to do. But whatever we got to do, we'll get you going, buddy. All right.
Yeah, he said thanks.
Okay, good. All right. Any final questions before we call tonight? I know Trish down under, she probably has a lot of work to do today. All right. No questions?
John says YouTube for the complete set of videos. All good, guys. Yep. Trish says yep. Okay.
All right. Oh, there's another question there.
No, Michael B says YouTube for the complete set of videos.
Oh, yeah. Our YouTube should be up to date, because when we post, they get posted to YouTube same time they get posted on the website.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's asking, or is he making a statement, or asking?
I think he's just making a statement. I don't know if that 23rd that we're talking about, if it's not on YouTube, or if it's not on our website, then it wouldn't be on YouTube either.
All right, we'll look into that. We'll hunt that down.
We're going to check that out.
All right. So if there's no other questions, we will call it a night, guys. And thank you very much for coming. And I hope to see you back Wednesday night. And again, if you guys got any problems or issues, we're just an email away. We pride ourselves on customer service and to jump on emails as soon as we see them. All right. Okay, so you guys can dismiss yourselves, or I'll dismiss you myself. So you guys have a great night or a great day, depending on where you're at. And we'll talk to you next time.